Despite the best efforts of the mainstream media and some of the woke Hollywood elites who wanted to cancel this movie before it ever even got started, they wanted to crush it because of the subject matter it dealt with, Sound of Freedom, a movie about protecting children, a movie exposing some of the horrors of child trafficking, has been dominating the summer box office, especially compared to some of the big studio flops that we've seen. Sound of Freedom humiliates blockbusters, passes $175 million domestically, and that was a few days ago. It's already up to $181 million domestically and just had its first international markets open up this weekend with very, very good results. This amazing feat tops Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, Transformers, Fast X, The Flash, and Dungeons & Dragons, along with countless others. And when you look at profits, it's not even close. This is a movie that had a budget of around $14 million when it was initially made several years ago. So you're looking at a movie that is virtually all profit as compared to all the movies we listed, which virtually have not even broke even and are losing money for those studios. And now it looks like they might be in for another windfall of cash whenever they find a streaming service, because these are the reports that are out there now. Sound of Freedom gets new streaming release update according to report, and that's right here on Vulture. Is Sound of Freedom about to strike streaming gold? There are a lot of reports out there as they open up their international markets that there's a lot of different streaming services that are very interested in Sound of Freedom because now they know what a draw this thing is. Isn't it funny that some of the very same ones that are now interested in it turned it down not that long ago? Netflix and Amazon refused to stream Sound of Freedom. It appears both Netflix and Amazon refused to stream the hit movie Sound of Freedom after it was initially shelved by Disney. And this was from the producer. This is a couple months ago. He kind of revealed this. I took the movie out of Disney and I started knocking doors with Netflix, Amazon, and other studios. They all rejected it. Some of them didn't even answer my phone calls. I said, I have a very important project. This is for you. We want the whole world to see it, and you have the platform. You have the right platform for this movement. Please help us. It's not about the movie anymore. It's not about me. It's about the children. And both Netflix and Amazon, and obviously Disney, said no to that. No, thank you. Netflix was more interested in putting something like, I don't know, Cuties on its platform than something like Sound of Freedom. And now for all those studios that passed, all those streamers that passed on it, it looks like they're going to have to pay a pretty penny for the rights to Sound of Freedom. There's a lot of interest in it, reportedly, up there with what some of the typical blockbusters would go to in terms of 8-figure streaming deals. So only time will tell where they decide to go. For right now, we know that the international markets are starting to open up. It debuted #1 in New Zealand, #2 in Australia, just behind Barbie, which is still absolutely demolishing things. It's about to open up in the UK. It's about to open up in Latin America. So that worldwide total is very quickly going to get over $200 million for Sound of Freedom. It seemed like so much energy in the mainstream media and in woke Hollywood was expended trying to shut this movie down, and it did the exact opposite. It probably convinced a lot more people to go to it, because when all of the mainstream media is saying the exact same thing, trying to lie about this movie, trying to gaslight people, it makes people pretty interested in what it's actually saying, what the story's actually about. And now we have Sound of Freedom, closing in on $200 million just domestically, already destroying things like Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, these movies that have $300 million budgets, The Flash, right? Things like this. Now, I did like Mission Impossible 7, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be a financial failure. It is going to be a financial failure. All the while, Sound of Freedom, with a very unique message in the current landscape of Hollywood, is not only dominating the box office, but is also looking at getting a big streaming deal as well. It's no wonder Disney wanted nothing to do with this movie, considering their clientele and kind of their message right now. Imagine Disney having anything to do with protecting children at this point in time. That goes counter to what their actual message has been. What do you guys think about this? A potential big streaming deal for Sound of Freedom after the massive box office success? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.